Celtic Paganism. Celtic paganism was the polytheistic religion of the ancient Celtic people of Europe around the 4th century BC. The Celts often worshipped in natural settings like groves and rivers, making votive offerings in water and wetlands. Celtic druids served as religious leaders, legal authorities, and scholars. Key aspects of Celtic religion included the veneration of certain trees, sacred springs, and a fascination with the number 3, as seen in their worship of deities like the Three Mothers. The Celts celebrated seasonal festivals marking the beginning of winter, spring, summer, and the harvest season. They also practiced animal sacrifice and believed in an afterlife. Some scholars even claimed that the Celts sacrificed criminals by burning them in a wicker man. Following the Roman conquest of Gaul and southern Britain, the Celts gradually converted to Christianity from the 3rd century onward. Although the original Celtic paganism largely disappeared, it left a lasting influence, inspiring modern Celtic neo-paganism. It's a captivating journey through ancient rituals and beliefs, exploring the whimsical and sometimes wild practices of a people who found the divine in nature and celebrated the magic of the seasons. Etruscan religion. The ancient Etruscan civilization in Italy had its own unique religion, profoundly shaped by Greek mythology. This polytheistic belief system viewed all natural phenomena as manifestations of divine power. The Etruscans believed their gods exerted continual influence over the world, and that human actions could sway their favor or disfavor. Central to their faith was the conviction that the treatment of the deceased determined one's prosperity in the afterlife. The sacred scriptures, called Etrusca Disciplina, guided them in communicating with the gods, detailing rituals and methods for interpreting divine signs, integral to Etruscan decision-making and daily life. The Etruscan pantheon was organized into 3 layers: indigenous gods associated with local traditions, elemental deities governing natural forces, and adopted Greek gods and heroes. Above all were the secretive, veiled gods, who were never named. As the Etruscan civilization gradually merged with the Roman Republic starting in the 4th century BC, their religious beliefs were assimilated into Roman culture. Manichaeism was once a major world religion, founded in the 3rd century AD by the Parthian prophet Mani in the Sasanian Empire. Mani was revealed as the final prophet, following in the footsteps of Zoroaster, the Buddha, and Jesus Christ. This religion taught a dualistic cosmology, depicting an eternal struggle between a good spiritual world of light and an evil material world of darkness. Mani aimed to combine, succeed, and surpass the teachings of various world religions, including Christianity, Zoroastrianism, Buddhism, and ancient Mesopotamian beliefs. Manichaeism spread rapidly and thrived between the 3rd and 7th centuries, with churches from the Han Dynasty in the east to the Roman Empire in the west. A key myth in Manichaeism is the creation story, which describes a battle between the world of light and the world of darkness, originally separate realms. According to this belief, Adam and Eve were created by evil beings, while Jesus and Mani were created by good beings to reveal true spirituality to humanity. Manichaeism was briefly the main rival to early Christianity in the competition to replace classical polytheism before the spread of Islam. However, it faced persecution by the Roman state and the Chinese government until it was eventually eradicated. Ancient Mesopotamian faith. Ancient Mesopotamian religion, practiced by civilizations like Sumer, Assyria, and Babylonia from 6000 BC to around 400 AD, was a polytheistic tapestry of beliefs in numerous deities and demons, both male and female. Each nation had its own national god at the head of the pantheon, like Anu and Enlil for Sumer, Ashur for Assyria, and Marduk for Babylon. There were an estimated 2,400 deities, often shared and adopted between these different nations. Mesopotamian gods resembled humans in form and behavior, but with higher degrees of perfection and immortality. They needed food, could get drunk, and experienced human-like emotions. Initially, the pantheon was unordered, but later on, the gods were ranked by importance. With the rise of Babylon in the 18th century BC, King Hammurabi elevated Marduk to a supreme position alongside Anu and Enlil. Public devotions to the gods took place in ziggurats, while individuals also honored personal deities, though little is known about these private practices. By around 400 AD, Mesopotamian religion had largely faded as its adherents became Assyrian Christians, but its influence still lingers in the modern world. Vedism was the ancient religion of the Indo-Aryans, practiced in India from around 1500 to 500 BC. Considered the foundation of modern Hinduism, it shares the same sacred texts, the four Vedas, though there are key differences. Vedism was polytheistic, with gods divided into two categories: Devas, the gods of nature, and Asuras, the gods of moral concepts. Indra was the supreme god, and one popular myth tells of his battle with the children of Diti, the mother of demons. After Indra killed most of her children, Diti tried to make her last unborn son more powerful than Indra. Discovering this, Indra hurled a thunderbolt at her womb, creating 49 lesser demons from the unborn child. Vedic rituals included the soma, a sacred and mysterious plant-based drink offered to the gods, along with specific fire rituals and horse sacrifices. The Vedic period ended around 500 BC as religions like Hinduism and Buddhism began to take over. Ājīvikism, Ājīvikism, a significant rival to early Vedic religion, Buddhism, and Jainism, is believed to have been founded in 5th century India. The Ājīvikas were mostly atheists who believed in an eternal self, present in every living being, a concept central to both Vedic religion and Jainism. They are best known for their doctrine of fate, which holds that everything in life is predetermined by cosmic principles, leaving no room for free will. This belief in cosmic determinism led them to focus heavily on astrology and fortune-telling. They also rejected the karma doctrine as a fallacy and developed an advanced theory of atoms, way ahead of their time. The Ājīvikas peaked during the rule of the Mauryan emperor Bindusara in the 4th century BC, but gradually declined over the next 2,000 years. It is believed that Ashoka the Great, the third Mauryan emperor, persecuted them for their differing views. Original Ājīvika writings have been lost, and our understanding of them comes mainly from their critics. Despite this, Ājīvika ideas influence Buddhism and various Vedic schools of thought. Minoanism, practiced by the ancient inhabitants of Crete, was a polytheistic faith closely related to Near Eastern ancient religions and deeply connected to nature. Imagine a world filled with bull masks and horns, suggesting that the Minoans might have engaged in rituals or contests similar to modern-day rodeos. The primary deity was a female nature mother goddess, making Minoanism one of the few matriarchal religions. While there were some male deities, they were usually of lesser importance. Unlike contemporary Egyptian, Mesopotamian, and Syrian cultures, the Minoans did not center their religious practices around large public temples. Instead, their palaces and villas likely served as temples, where religious rituals, including human sacrifices, were performed. The Minoans also used peak sanctuaries in the mountains and sacred caves for their rites. However, this vibrant religion largely disappeared after the late Bronze Age collapse in the 12th century BC. Atenism was a monotheistic state religion in ancient Egypt founded by Pharaoh Akhenaten in the 14th century BC, lasting for about 20 years. This religion focused on the worship of Aten, depicted as the disk of the sun. Originally an aspect of Ra, Aten was declared by Akhenaten to be superior to all other deities. Akhenaten went all out for Aten, persecuting the worship of other gods, closing traditional temples, and constructing new ones dedicated solely to Aten. He even suppressed religious traditionalists and proclaimed himself the son of Aten, claiming he was the only one who could communicate with the sun god. Akhenaten's obsession with his new religion intensified, especially after the death of his wife, Queen Nefertiti. However, after Akhenaten's death, subsequent pharaohs quickly dismantled the Atenist movement, restoring Egypt's traditional polytheistic religion. Din-i Ilahi was an Indian religion started by the Mughal Emperor Akbar in 1582 AD. Although based on Islamic Sufism, Akbar's personal religion borrowed concepts from many other faiths in an effort to create a synthesis of beliefs. Akbar promoted religious tolerance and encouraged debates on philosophical and religious issues, leading to the creation of his house of worship in 1575, which welcomed people from all religious backgrounds. He concluded that no single religion could claim a monopoly on truth. Major practices and beliefs of Din-i Ilahi included the unity of God, abstaining from meat of all kinds, and promoting nonviolence, prohibiting followers from dining with butchers or hunters. The new religion angered many Muslims, who declared it blasphemous to Islam. Din-i Ilahi survived Akbar, but was suppressed and eradicated by the 6th Mughal emperor, Aurangzeb. The religion never had more than 19 adherents, making its eradication easier in the 17th century. Akbar's brother even tried to revive the religion but was executed by his own sibling. Yahwism. During the Iron Age, Israel and Judah were characterized by the worship of a pantheon of gods and goddesses, with Yahweh at the head as the national god of Israel, accompanied by the goddess Asherah as his consort. Other deities included Baal, Shamash, Yarek, and Astarte, each with their own priests and prophets. Their religious practices involve festivals, animal sacrifices, vows, and private rituals. Key annual festivals were Passover, Shavuot, and Sukkot. Over time, particularly by the end of the Babylonian captivity, Yahwism transitioned from polytheism to monotheism, leading to the development of Second Temple Judaism in the 4th century BC and the end of ancient Yahwism. Hittite religion. The Hittites, an ancient Indo-European civilization that flourished in Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, during the Bronze Age, practiced a unique and fascinating religion. They worshipped a diverse pantheon of gods and goddesses, blending indigenous deities with those borrowed from neighboring cultures, like the Hurrians. Although their creation myth remains a mystery, Hittite rituals were not regularly scheduled, but performed in response to challenges or significant events. These often took place at ritual pits to commune with underworld gods. Prominent Hittite deities included the weather god Tarhunt, the sun goddess Arinna, and the mother goddess Hannah. The Hittite Empire and their religion eventually declined in the 12th century BC due to invasions and internal strife. Subscribe to our channel to support us and check out our video on current world religions to dive deeper into the topic. Thanks for watching.